Hello everyone, Justin with Deep Dive Stocks here, and today is going to be a 5-minute after-hour market dive where we look at 4 stocks or symbols to see how they behaved throughout the day and to see what might happen in the future. So let's go ahead and get started. Right here, we see ES futures on the 15-minute. We looked at it before, but if you've been following along with the other, I almost said movies, videos coming out, this should look relatively familiar to you now. Namely, I think I did a tweet earlier in the weekend, right around here, that said, hey, if you've been watching the videos about bear traps and bull traps, this should look familiar. And indeed, that's because it looks like there is a nice bull trap, and then price fell, and it looks like we have a little bit of a recovery afterwards. So let's go ahead and look at that through as it was occurring from the end of Friday. We'll go to 5. I'm trying to be quick here. I've got to keep it 5 minutes. So we had that after hours, a little bit of that bullish. We rode support, we went bearish, we had a single bullish candle, but again, this is bull trap for those who are diving a little bit more into the advanced LDPM and LDPS. So then we get bearish, so we know we're probably going to fall through, which is exactly what we did. Whoa, excuse me. We fall through, we're bull, bearish, and then we turn bullish, so we know we're going to hit the next resistance. We move right through it, which again, and hopefully I've stressed in the other videos, is exactly what you want to see, and even here. So we move to the next resistance, and then we see we've moved past it. We have this bullish liquidity, and we're about 15 minutes before after hours market open. And with this bullish liquidity and with the strength that it's moved through, it's likely that LDPM L7 at 6,466 is going to be tested here on ES futures. But a keen eye will also note that this is still a bull trap. And for more information on that, go check out the other video I just did on bull and bear traps. Skip like the first 30 to 40 seconds though, because someone did something weird with the editing. I'm not sure. I'm the only one who edits it, so honestly, it's anyone's guess what happened there. But my voice does sound a little strange, so just skip past that, and then take a peek at the bullish and bear traps. So what does this mean for us in the future? Well, as we said, the bullish liquidity says that the next resistance is likely going to be tested, which is a little bit up at LDPM L7, but we need to be definitely a little bit more extra mindful and cautious that this bullish activity is simply not going to last long and is likely going to fall back below to where before it turned bullish. So near term bullish, but expecting turbulence and then return to downside, I think, on the 15. Moving right along, I think I actually have to speed up this process. We have Bitcoin on the 15. We see we have this bearish liquidity forming. We already tested support once. We bounced. We still have this bearish liquidity, so we're likely going to test that support again. If the support holds, we might get another bounce. If it doesn't, then moving down to 109.906 at LDPM L6 looks likely, with if things continue to be bearish, sort of like what happened on Tuesday, we might need to get down to LDPM L7 at 108,000 for that support. So as long as this remains bearish, the downside, I'm just clicking things now. So let's go to like the second, because today is the second, it turns out. And then if we watch it real quick, so we had that bullish liquidity. Price is stagnating though, so we know we might have to test support, and then we get bearish, so we know we're definitely testing support. We move through, we bounce, we get bearish again, we're testing support, we're still bearish, so we're going to probably have to test support again, right? And again, this is just those repeating patterns. You look at LDPS, is it red, is it green? Where is the LDPM that's above it, and where is the LDPM that's below it? And then you go forth with that knowledge. So right now on Bitcoin on the 15, it definitely looks like another test of 110,000 is underway. And if bearish liquidity continues, then it's likely that eventually that is not going to be able to hold. That support is not going to be sufficient. And so if the bearish liquidity continues, we need to then keep an eye out for a movement to LDPML6 and then ultimately LDPML7. And those who are familiar with the aggressive bid and the aggressive ask cascades, we see right now we have an aggressive ask walking in. So that'll definitely be something to keep an eye out for as the after hours markets slowly start to open. Moving onward to gold, GLD on the 15-minute. This should be a pretty familiar sight to many, especially if you've been following along in the videos. So we have this nice bullish liquidity, and then prices stagnated a little bit, and now we have the emergence of these soft bearish prints, right? So now we know it's likely going to test this support at 324 at LDPML5, and then if bearish liquidity continues, LDPML6 at 320, and then again, if it continues right below it, LDPML7 at 319. So this is a tentatively bearish, so let's start at the end of the bear trap for those who, am I being obvious that I'm plugging my earlier videos? If not, I'm plugging them, go watch them. They're fun to make and they're fun to watch. So we have this bear trap here. We get bullish, we go re-rise above. Do price stagnates, probably going to test support. But LDPS is still bullish, so we know we're going to go up. And then up we did. So we're bullish. We get a nice little bid walking in, a little bit of bearish liquidity. Bullish. Price bullish, starts to stagnate a little bit, and then now we have that bearish liquidity starting to pop up. So definitely looks like a test of support, but this is a pretty strong upwards trajectory, so definitely interested in what liquidity is going to do as that support is tested. A bounce would likely see a pretty hefty bounce, but I'd definitely be a little cautious as that bearish liquidity starts to come in. And then lastly, I figured it might be interesting to look at GME on the 15. So let's start with current conditions, and then we'll go to do the preview. So today opened up Tuesday with a massive move, it looks like. Not massive, but 1.41%. But it did switch from this bear trap, for those following along. And then it undid in one candle the bear trap with bullish liquidity, got a little overzealous, came down, tested support, and then bounced immediately back up. Now price is stagnating a little bit. We haven't seen the introduction of any bearish liquidity, but it is maybe somewhat likely that a support again is going to be tested, which is down here at LDPML5 at $22.74. But as long as the bullish liquidity remains, even as the LDPM and the spot come together, and so as they come together, if the bullish liquidity is maintained, then we can expect a nice bounce again, just the same as we did here. But if we do start to see that introduction of bearish liquidity, if some of those candles start flashing pink or even red, then we do need to be a little bit more concerned that the support might fail, and then movement down to LDPML6 or LDPML7 might be likely. But for now, this is a pretty bullish view for GME on the 15-minute. We have this nice skyrocketing price, this nice bullish liquidity. We had a very healthy bounce off this support. Quick resolution of this bear trap that was occurring over the past, just a few days from Monday to Tuesday. And so things do look pretty bullish until proven otherwise, until we either see bearish prints start to pop up. And then again, that means even if if spot moves down to LDPML5 to test that support, it might, you might get a few negative percentage candles in the short term, but overall, LDPS is telling us that bullish liquidity is here. All right, I'm not sure how long that was, but I think it is short-ish. So I'm going to cut it off there before I start rambling. Thanks for joining. And as always, if there's anything you want to see on these after hours market dives, let me know. Put them in the comments below. Email me, yell at me on Twitter. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Good luck. Happy trading. And until then, bye.